Hey, TwoCowsGaming fans, I am back after a bit of a hiatus. We'll get into that when we get into the show, but this week we are talking action games, and I got a lineup that you're definitely going to enjoy. So, without further ado, let's get after it. All right, TwoCowsGaming fans. Kind of a little bit, well, maybe a lot of bit of housekeeping to get through this week. As I stated at the head of the show, it's been a bit of a hiatus for me. Been going through some in real life stuff that's got to get taken care of. My son, Dom Cow, has been going through some things with school and work and mental health things, so we've been dealing with that a lot. I have been busy at work and working through some of my own things. So that's why we've had an extended kind of break from doing the podcasts. That happens sometimes when you're dealing with mental health issues. Once again, for those of you that may be in crisis or maybe need somebody to talk to, I would urge you to go ahead and dial 988. That is the National Suicide Hotline. They will be able to point you in the direction of help if you need to get it. That is all I'm going to say about that. For those of you that may be curious, personal friends and whatnot, you can certainly send me an email or a message and I will get back to you and kind of talk a little bit more about what happened. But for right now, I want to focus on the games. Today, we are talking action games. I've got 5 really good ones. They're all classics. And then for my play segment, I've got a cult classic that I think you're all going to enjoy. As always, when it comes to housekeeping, if you like what you see, smash that like button and that subscribe button on the channel. And that way you'll never miss an episode. I also publish shorts and game reviews, and I have an armchair quarterback series that's a lot of fun to do where I review football games. There are some things in the pipeline that I'm looking forward to doing moving forward. Maybe a little change of format, but we'll get into that as we get closer to that time. But right now, today, it is going to be the typical show where I do 5 games, and then after that, I play a game. And after that, we go to the suggestion box. I've got a pretty good suggestion that I think game developers need to pay attention to. Oh, a lot of stuff to get to. And then, of course, this is episode 14. Moving back into the regular schedule of releasing them every Sunday. This is an oddity. I will be releasing this kind of early in the week. So happy belated Father's Day to all you fathers out there. I hope you had a great day yesterday. I know I did. My weekend was awesome. But without waiting much longer, let's go ahead and get to the games. All right, hot out of the gates, first game on the list, number 5. We are looking at Shinobi 3, and that came out on the Sega Genesis. Now, full disclosure here, with all of the games that I'm going to be covering today, I am playing them on emulators. That was the best way for me to get a hold of them. So bear with me. They are in HD, so that's kind of nice. But you're going to see that there's these little borders that came with the games that I've been playing. And some of them are, translated from the cartridges that they came out on. So there might be visual glitches and that kind of thing. But first on the list is Shinobi 3. It came out in 1993. It was a Genesis exclusive. And it received critical acclaim on release, namely for the different controls, the different environments, and the gameplay. It's a lot of fun. You can get it on a couple of different Sega Genesis collections. So if you are into the Shinobi games, definitely check them out. This version is from the Sega Master Collection that is on Xbox Series X, Xbox One, Sony PlayStation 5, and PlayStation 4. Go ahead and pick it up. I think it's like $30, maybe 25. And that's got a whole pile of games on it, but this is the one that I really kind of dug into a little bit, and that's Shinobi. Shinobi 3 for the Sega Genesis. Color-wise, I love the color scheme. I like the variety of enemies. I love the variety of attacks. There's a good variety given the nature of the game being side-scrolling. You have the kind of the artificial layers to create a three-dimensional feel. Shinobi has a variety of special attacks and power-ups that he can collect through the stages. There are 7 stages or chapters in total, and each one's a little bit different. And at the end of each stage, there's a boss you have to defeat. You have unlimited continues in this version of the game, which is kind of nice. So if you die, you can keep continuing. In the original game on the Sega Genesis, once you died, that was the end of it. But in this version, you can keep hitting continue and keep playing. So that is, excuse me, Shinobi 3 for the Sega Genesis. Moving on. This is a Capcom classic. I apologize for the layout here. This is part of the Capcom Arcade Collection, and we are talking about Ghouls and Ghosts. It is a side-scrolling adventure. You play a knight who is, of course, trying to rescue his princess, and you have to go through multiple stages of ghouls and ghosts. Now, this spawned multiple sequels. There's a total of 14 games that are related to this series on multiple different platforms. This particular version I am playing on the Xbox Series X with the Capcom Arcade Collection Volume, I think 2. I think it was in Volume 2, but it might be Volume 1. I don't know. You can get both of them for like $35 on Xbox Live or Xbox Microsoft Store. You can also get it on the various other platforms, PlayStation, PlayStation 5, PC, and I think it is also available on the Nintendo Switch. You might want to look into that if you don't have an Xbox or a PlayStation. You know, it's a lot of fun, but here again, this game, you know, it's got a pretty steep difficulty level. And this is the actual arcade version of the game. This is not the cartridge version that came out on Nintendo, which was actually called Ghouls and Goblins or Ghosts and Goblins. This is the original arcade game, and as you can see, the visuals are kind of next level compared to the Nintendo version. If you like punishing games, this will not disappoint. You start out with a set of armor, which is kind of like one free hit, but if you get hit again, you die. Unlimited continues. You can collect different power-ups and fight different, you know, have different strategies on how to fight, but his main attack is throwing his lance at his enemies. You can climb through multiple levels or layers, and there's a little road map that kind of tells you where you are in the progress of the game. But all of the games in the series, all 14 of them, are loosely related. And if you are into punishing games, definitely check this out. There are different jump puzzles, different types of things that you need to solve, and just a punishing difficulty level. That is Ghouls and Ghosts by Capcom. Sorry, gotta flip my page of notes. All right. Game number 3 is probably one of my favorites, and that is Blaster Master. This came out in 1988 on the NES. It is a run-and-gun game with some levels where you get out of the machine and go and explore, kind of like a top-down visual, like in Legend of Zelda. It was originally developed by Sunsoft and released on the NES. It had multiple reboots and reimaginings, but none of them were as successful as the original. I logged many hours on this game just because of the dynamic gameplay. You can power up your vehicle to do different types of attacks, and when you're outside of the vehicle, you can get different kinds of weapons to use as you explore some of the overland areas. And you also have the ability to power up. Now, this game also, I believe, has unlimited continues, but I might be incorrect on that one. You might have to start over from the beginning once you die. But Still a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It has light role-playing elements. It reminds me a little bit of Metroid. Just the way that you get from point to point. Some of the enemies are similar. The way that they move around the level. The colors are pretty amazing for a 8-bit game. And then you go between different levels just like that. Go through a door, or there's usually secret entrances. But I really like the color scheme, and it really pushed the limits of what the NES could do. You know, it's on Nintendo's online package as part of the Nintendo Entertainment System online. You can pick that whole package up for, I think it's $60 a year or something like that. And then you get access to Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and N64 games. They're kind of select games. They're not all games, but you do also get access to special edition versions of the game that have different kind of challenges that you can explore and play. But Blaster Master is a classic from when I was in high school. I absolutely love this game. I played it for hours. It frustrated the bejesus out of me, but it was really a fun game. You know, trying to find all the power-ups and fight all the different enemies and explore the different areas of the game. Okay, game number 2 this week is Rygar. This was released in 1987 on the NES. It is an arcade port. It was developed by Tecmo originally, and it was, you know, a brutal game. Now, in the NES version, to improve it and make it more playable, they allowed unlimited continues, but there are no passwords, there's no battery pack. When you shut the machine off, you are done playing the game. This is also part of Nintendo's online offerings. If you subscribe to Nintendo Online, you get this as part of the NES collection, and they also have a special edition that has different challenges you can play. But the cool thing about this game is not only is it a side-to-side scrolling game, later on you can kind of do a pseudo third-person mode in some parts to get across the map, and you have to dodge different enemies. So there was some innovative ways to play the game. Color scheme is fantastic. Again, this is kind of a game that really pushed the Nintendo Entertainment System. If you like platforming games like Mario Brothers, it has some of that in there. It has a little bit of Metroid in there. It's nice. It's a nice kind of balance. Now, when I played it originally in high school, I sat down on a Saturday and I said, I'm going to beat this today. And it took me the better part of the day to beat it, but I finally did beat it. It's a fun game. There's just so much variety in the different levels and the way to power up Rygar. It's definitely worth a playthrough. It takes about 6 to 7 hours to beat. Maybe longer, maybe shorter. Just depends on what you're trying to do. But it's a classic game. Everybody should have this in their collection or have access to it and play it at least once to completion in their life. Last but not least, and probably my favorite of all of the games that I'm showing here, which shouldn't be a surprise because this is number 1, is Ninja Gaiden. For the Nintendo Entertainment System, I remember playing this game and being completely blown away. It is the very first Ninja Gaiden game that came out. It was released in 1989. It was an NES exclusive at the time. This game was also developed by Tecmo. You know, it has several sequels and spin-offs and prequels, and it's still popular today. You can actually get the Xbox One versions of these games, and also on I think you can get them on PlayStation too. But the difficulty is moderate, but there's a lot of different moves you can learn, and different power-ups that he can collect to give him different abilities. And I think that's what really drew me to this game. I believe in the original game there was a password feature, but I don't remember. I just remember that I loved it so much. I sat down one day and I just decided I was going to beat it. It's just a classic ninja game. It's very similar to Shinobi, but I think as far as games go, this one was a lot more fun. Again, take you about 7 or 8 hours to beat in one sitting, unless you're speedrunning it and just trying to get through it. But I had an absolute blast playing this game when I was in high school. So Ninja Gaiden, that's my number one game from my Nintendo era. So we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back, and I'm going to be playing some Kid Icarus. That's a game I have not played in a long time. It's a cult classic. People are going to say, oh, wow, Kid Icarus. And we're going to talk a little bit about that and some of its shared DNA with a couple other big franchise titles, but we'll be right back. All right, folks, we are back, and we are getting ready to play Kid Icarus. This was a game that was created by Nintendo Entertainment Corporation. It was released in 1987 in North America. It does have inconsistent difficulty on different levels, but we're going to go ahead and play this anyways. It is a kind of a side-scrolling adventure with light RPG elements. It does share its certain DNA with Metroid and The Legend of Zelda. It has a lot in common with those two titles. But I haven't played this in a long time, so you're going to probably see me die a lot. Because it's been a long, long time. Wow, I don't know what just happened there, but okay. But you play Pit, who is a very popular character. This takes place in kind of as part of Greek mythology. There are different stores and there are different items you can collect, much like Metroid, much like Legend of Zelda. Whoa, what the? Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, it's it's kind of cool in the sense that you can travel across the screen to get to the other side of the screen. I'm just gonna let those cobra-looking things go by. I don't know about you, but I don't really feel like... Oh, flying Octoroks! I didn't like that. Oh, you can shoot up. Okay, cool. Well, that makes a big difference. There we go. You may hear the hum of a fan in the background. That is... it actually is a fan because this room where I have my streaming setup can get pretty warm. And I don't have air. I don't have central air. So right now I have to run my fan to keep it nice and cool in here while I'm videoing. Or videoing? Wow, that's really bad. Way to go, John. Who said I was ever a videographer professionally? But yeah, it's a lot of fun to play this game. Like I said, I haven't played it in a long, long time. So, and this is the Nintendo Online version. Oh geez, I don't like these flying mice. Oh, they're noses. Great. I think you can only get enough health to get to one. Oh no, you can go over 100. All right, cool. We'll get him too. Oh no, I don't think I can get that heart. Oh yeah, I got it. Good deal. I wonder if that different color brick is breakable later on in the game. Oh goody. Grim Reaper. Okay. I don't think I can kill him. Maybe I can. Oh, he got me. He drained all of my health. Do I have to go all the way back to the beginning? Now, this game does have a password. It's one of the first games to ever have a password. But if you're playing this with Nintendo Online subscription, it saves your space. It saves your progress through the game. You just have to exit out, restart the game at a later date, and you can pick up right where you left off. I don't like that death guy, though. No. I feel like there should have been something in here when I was in here before, but I don't see anything. Do you? No, I don't either. Again, this game came out later in Nintendo's life cycle. So as you can see, the color scheme is much better than kind of the monochrome aspects of Metroid. There's a lot more to it. There is some interesting movement. Flying Octoroks. We're going to have to watch out for those. Shoot them. Jeez Louise, man. I call them Flying Octoroks. That's probably not exactly accurate. But they do have that certain Octorok look about them, don't you think? I think they do. Now, I don't know if I can go back down. I haven't tried. I think you keep going up, actually. We're going to wait until they get right above me. Boom. I don't know what the hammers do. I think you just can collect them as a different type of currency. So, we're going to go up this way and just see what's up here. More Octoroks. I know they're not Octoroks, but that's what I'm going to call them. Missed that one. Oh, jeez. It's this guy again. Oh, you cannot go back down. Good to know. Good to know. Well, that sucks. So now I gotta start all the way at the bottom again. It's not fair. I feel like I got ripped off. We're gonna see what... Okay, that's a capture, but what happens... Oh, okay. So that keeps track of what you got coming to you. Yeah, I almost died there. That's not good, huh? We're not even going to worry about going through that door. It's pointless. Quit jumping into the snakes, John. Or not. That's cool. So this is like a never-ending jump puzzle. Great. Are they going up as I go up? They are, aren't they? Some more of these buggers. Not sure what that does. I think it just turns them into those hammers and you don't have to fight them then. Oh, and then they turn back. Convenient. Oh, shoot. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. This is not great. Oh, are you kidding me? Not great. Oh, and then I drop to the bottom again. Ugh! I think we're seeing why I quit playing it in high school. Because I stink at it. How many more times can I fall to my doom, you think? You know, we're just going to let these guys drop down. I'm going to keep collecting hearts. Whoops. I'm like falling to your doom. Oy. So, this game is clearly geared for somebody who's a better player than me. Never mind, I beat Elden Ring, and I'm pretty good with, like, the boxing games, and Madden NFL football, and all that jazz. But, Kid Icarus, foiled. Boy, there's a lot of these little things. They're kind of like the bats in Legend of Zelda. Yeah, we're just going to let those guys come over here. Alright, I've saved up 27 hearts. I don't know what you use those for. I think they're just life, but I might be able to use them as currency. I don't know. You gonna come down here so I can shoot you? Nope. That's fine. And I just fell to my death again. Okay, we're gonna try one more time, and then that's gonna be it for today. And we're going to move to the suggestion box. But once again, this is the Nintendo Online version of Kid Icarus. It was a... Oh, what do we have here? So I don't have the jump power to get there, I guess. Jump, man. Might as well jump. Oh, he just hit me in the noggin. $17 hearts, no problem. Let's do this. Not sure what those hammers do. Oh, no, 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 no. We want to go this way so we can avoid that death guy. Watch, this is going to be a big trap. Flying noses. A lot of joust kind of mechanics going on here, too. Oh, can't get that one. Alright. Well, we'll continue our sojourn up to the top. This frickin' guy. Okay, we're gonna wait until he walks away. All the way over. I'm not even gonna worry about that door. That guy just creeps me out too much. Oh man, no! Jump puzzle! Oh, God, I hate jump puzzles so much. Mainly because I'm just so bad at them. Ah, no! I honestly don't think I can kill this guy. Alright, I made it. What the? Do I have to go all the way to the bottom again? Ah! Alright, that's good for me, folks. Alright, we're going to take a little break and then we'll get back. We are going to talk suggestion box. I think I got a pretty good topic tonight. And then we will wrap up the show. All right, Two Cows Gaming fans, we have sadly reached the end of the show. I just have a quick suggestion to developers. This one should come as no surprise, but we've seen a lot of conversation with the release of Starfield and Dragon's Dogma 2 and a couple other games about the lack of overland transportation. I think if you're going to release these gargantuan open world games like Dragon Age, Starfield, Elden Ring, Elder Scrolls, the whole list of games, Fallout, I think you need to have some sort of vehicle or mount that you can ride. Now, yes, I know some of the Elder Scrolls games have horses and you can buy horses, but in general, in later games, it seems like, or newer games, you don't get the ability to have mounts or vehicles. And I really think, when you're dealing with areas that are this huge, I mean, like, for example, in Starfield, you have whole planets or big areas you have to explore. And, just running and jet hopping or jetpack hopping is just not good enough. I mean, even No Man's Sky, probably the biggest game in existence right now as far as scale, allows you to have different overland vehicles that you can use to get from point A to point B, including submarines. I just feel like, a lot of older gamers like myself, we only have so many hours in a week or in a day that we can play. And we want to get out, get exploring, get stuff done, but it's very hard to do when you don't have a faster travel option than your legs. I've played probably 70 hours in Starfield, and the thing that really turns me off about Starfield is the inability to traverse the terrain and really explore the environments that they've curated. Now, I know that there's a overland vehicle in the works over at Bethesda. I haven't really seen it in action other than that little snippet that they released a couple weeks ago. But I do feel when you get games that are this scope, this size, you need to have some sort of transportation. With that, that's all I got this week. I'm still debating what I'm going to do my show on next week, so follow me on Twitter, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Facebook, the Two Cows Gaming page. Check out my website, TwoCowsGaming.com. Check out my merch store. All of that is in the description down below. If you like what you see, hit that like button and subscribe. If you have ideas for potential shows, by all means, please drop them in the comments and I will take a look at them or email them to me directly. I think, I like hearing what other people have to say. I like getting feedback on my videos. If there's stuff that you think that maybe I'm missing or you'd like to see in upcoming shows, like a dedicated show on gaming, a specific game, let me know. I'll take it under advisement and I'll look at it. Now, understand this is a podcast. It's a video podcast. So I've got to be able to show something. But I want to say thank you to everybody who supported me over the last couple of months as I've been getting this thing off the ground. This is episode 14. I have plenty of other ideas for episodes. Check out the Two Cows Gaming channel on YouTube. I'm going to be streaming hopefully soon. Like I said, when you have mental crises crop up in a family, you have to deal with it up front. That has to be your priority. You can't just back burner it and hope it gets better on its own. So that's kind of what's been going on in my life, but I'm back. I'm better than ever, and I look forward to hearing from all of you. So as I always say, please be safe, be kind, and remember, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, you do matter and you are loved. You don't realize how many people that you touch around you. So just keep that in mind. With that, have a great week, everybody, and I will be back next week with a new podcast.